Hello, welcome to Mothermouth Medicine. I'm Stephanie, and today on this January quite cold but sunny day, I'm in the woods and I found some amazing Birch Polypores, which is not a herb. It's a fungi, fungi. Yeah, and fungi aren't really plants. They are actually much more close to animals. But so I work so much with medicinal mushrooms and mushrooms in general. And recently I've become a little bit mushroom mad or into a fungi fever. And today I would like to show you the wonderful Birch Polypore. And yeah, I've just been so lucky, and on this like really huge log that I will show you in a minute, I found huge specimens, and we are gonna have a look if we can find some not so old ones to use. Yeah, and then I will show you how to make a double spectrum extract or broad spectrum extract with it. And also there will be, I will put a link to a soup recipe, an immune soup recipe that you can make with this fabulous fungus. Look at this log. I just can't believe how many mushrooms or fruiting bodies, should I really say, there are. Usually when they start, although we have got some quite small specimens here as well, they can be really quite white at the top, and they are, when they are young, also quite spongy. This seems to be quite hard. Let's have a look. Yeah, and they grow on often living but also mostly decaying silver birches mostly. And yeah, I mean, fungi just have been with us and used. For example, as far as I know, when they found Ötzi the Iceman in the ice, he had a pouch with him and he had some different mushrooms in there, and one of them was a tinder mushroom, it's called. It's usually really good for keeping embers or carrying embers around to make fires, and also pieces of the Birch Polypore. And yeah, Birch Polypores can actually be used as plasters, because strips of them, they are not just antiseptic, but they are styptic, which means staunch the blood. So they make really fantastic plasters when you cut them into strips. And obviously we are going to, growing on the birches, they will incorporate also the tree medicine within them. So yeah, birches are often used for bladder and kidney complaints and any kind of like rheumatic complaints that you might have with your joints. But especially medicinal mushrooms will be, because of their polysaccharides, which includes beta-glucans and the triterpenoids, and different other compounds. They will often be immunomodulating, often anti-cancer. So yeah, there's a fantastic recipe for an immune soup. So let's harvest this, and then at home we can maybe look at the mushroom a bit more closely.
So I tend to clean the mushrooms as well. I mean, just off some debris and stuff. Some people don't give them a wash, but I tend to, because quite often you've got earth or other things stuck to it. So yeah, I tend to wash the mushrooms before preparing them. I cut the mushrooms into thin slices. Thus, you can put them to dry in that manner really easily on a rack or into the racks of a dehydrator. Oh, and yeah, you need to cut off any sort of wooden bits sometimes when you remove the mushrooms from the logs and from the birch trees. You will have pieces of wood on there, so just cut those off. And for making a tincture, I cut the pieces into smaller bits. Or tincture, I mean the broad spectrum extract. Otherwise, just put the pieces into a slow cooker or dehydrator if you want to make the soup on stock. You can use dried or fresh, but just beware that if you want to make the broad spectrum extract and you're making the tincture with alcohol, or put the fresh mushroom into the alcohol, that there will be a lot more water, which will dilute the tincture. So the alcohol content at that stage won't be 40% but less. So you need to calculate that in. Whereas if you use the dried mushroom, that will obviously not be the case. So let's have a look at what the next steps are to make the broad spectrum extract. So I hope you enjoyed this little journey with this time not a plant but a fungus, which is quite exciting. I find that the fungal kingdom has made its sort of way into our little video sessions. The broad spectrum extracts are a little bit complicated, but really in the long term it's not such a hard thing to do, to produce your own medicine. And if you wanted to buy these broad spectrum extracts online, they are like hugely expensive now, so a really good skill to have. And otherwise just make a quick immune soup with the actual mushrooms, fresh or dried. And I am really curious what's coming up next month, February. There's not that much out there, but we'll see, and I hope I see you then. And please subscribe, and remember that there's also an article where you can also see the recipes written out, which can be really helpful. Lots of love for this new year, and soon New Year in the Fire Horse in Chinese astrology. So I'm looking forward to see you next month. Lots and lots of love.